everyone, it's Rivals Assembles and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything that's going to be coming in Season 6.2 of Marvel Rivals, the new map, the new skins, and the new 1v1 mode. And let's jump straight into the new map, the Museum of Contemplation. This is going to be a convoy map, and we got a little look at it thanks to the roadmap. However, we already have gameplay because the Deadpool character trailer revealed a lot of gameplay of the new map. So we're starting off here with what looks like to be the beginning of this convoy map. It's got this green and orange aesthetic, retro futurism. I absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite aesthetics. I'm glad we're getting a Rivals map based around it. Of course, it's set in the Collector's Museum, so expect a whole load of references. We already got our first look at one of the reference, and that is Cosmos the dog. He seems to be stuck in this container here, poor little guy. Of course, we know the Collector loves to collect things and people, so expect a buttload of references. Now, this first area of the convoy map looks like to be orange, green, indoors. Of course, you're going to be pushing a payload. So when you get to what it looks like, this section of the map, these doors will open, and this will allow you to go outside into this awesome area, which looks like to just be almost in space. The skybox looks phenomenal. Of course, there's lots of verticality, so expect enemies like Punisher to have easy shots on you. And then this bit here seems to be the end of the convoy map, where the game will end. This is probably where you're escaping from the Collector and getting everyone out to safety. Honestly, a super cool map. Obviously, we're going to be getting a proper look at this map probably on Tuesday, although the gameplay clips we have already is quite substantial and we get a proper good feel of this map. I can't wait for it to release. But that's not the only thing that I can't wait to release, because we are going to be getting a Clobbering Club. Now, this isn't going to be a new game mode. This is going to be a new thing on Times Square, similar to how we got the Lunar Snow Disco, where you can go underneath Times Square and have a little dance. Well, this time in the Clobbering Club, you're going to be able to 1v1 each other within this club. Now, it looks like it's going to be here on Times Square because this little sign here matches the Clobbering Club logo. I'm probably 99% sure this is going to be where the Clobbering Club is going to be, and once you're in there, you're going to have a couple of options to 1v1 your friends or random players. And we're going to start off with the different game modes you're going to be able to do within the Clobbering Club. The first one is Classic. You're able to pick a hero, and the first to 3 wins the whole entire round. Pretty simple. Then the next one is Random. It's the same as Classic, but you just get a random hero. And then the next one is Special. This is where you pick a hero pool. So I believe this means that you select a bunch of heroes that you want, and then the game randomizes which hero you get from the heroes which you've already selected. And on top of that, you can change HP and cooldown. Finally, there's Custom, which allows you to completely change every aspect of the 1v1, like changing the overclock setting. And what overclock is a set amount of time after 60 seconds in Classic, where both players get buffed to speed the fight up and make sure the duel actually ends instead of it actually dragging forever, because imagine if it went on for like 10 minutes, it'd get pretty boring fast. Now, because it has to end at some point and the devs want it to wrap up really quickly, I wouldn't be surprised if other people can actually spectate you fighting. That would be absolutely awesome, because we do know you're going to be able to pay 100 units and you're actually going to be able to broadcast that duel on Times Square. So if you completely humiliate your enemy, you could pay to take the absolute mick out of him to everyone at Times Square, which is absolutely hilarious. Of course, the devs get a little bit of units on the side, which is a really smart move. Now, going back to the custom game mode, the things you're going to be able to change within this custom game mode is change the amount of rounds to win, the hero select time, so the amount of time you have to select the hero you want, the overclock time, so how long until the game should buff you because they want the game to end. It looks like you can choose between 30 to 60 seconds. If a hero is locked after use, so in round 1 you can use Black Panther, but in round 2 you can't. And then if HP persists between rounds, so if you get low on HP, will you be healed in the next round or will you not? And finally, you can ban which heroes to play. Honestly, this sounds absolutely awesome. I can't wait for the Clobbering Club to come to the game on January the 30th. That is when the Season 6.2 update is going to be our first 1v1 game mode, and probably a lot of people are going to get really good at the game. That's normally what happens when we have dedicated 1v1 game modes. And finally, let's go on to the skins. We're going to start off with the skins that are going to be in the shop. Angela and Emma Frost are going to be getting their Trumps of the Grandmaster skins. Angela's getting this black, gold, and white skin. It looks quite different to what was actually shown off within the gallery card. I'm not sure if that's intentional. It just feels a little bit weird that they look almost completely different. Then we get a look at Emma Frost's Trumps of the Grandmaster, practically not changed from the gallery card, which is awesome. These skins are absolutely awesome. I hope Angela gets the legendary skin, or maybe Emma Frost. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, I'm not really mind which one gets a legendary skin unless it's Lunar Snow. She keeps getting too many legendary skins. And finally, there's going to be the flight mode, which is essentially just more disco skins. The hero's getting disco skins are going to be Hella. She's going to be getting this awesome disco skin, and she's got this crazy hat on. Then we've got Psylocke here. Honestly, I love the look she has. This is probably going to be a legendary skin. And then Spider-Man is going to be getting a disco skin, which definitely looks like an epic skin, and it's probably one of the best disco skins out of all of them. Let me know what you think. Now, on top of that, we're going to, of course, be getting some bug fixes in the new update, and hopefully the bug that actually gets fixed, because it's affecting quite a lot of players, has to be the texture problem. Essentially, people on Xbox and PlayStation are suffering an issue where their textures are really low quality, and they're hoping this gets fixed because their game is almost unplayable and it looks super ugly. Additionally, Deadpool might be getting some more voice lines added. The reason I'm saying this is because in the new update, Deadpool got a new interaction with Jeff. I'll let it play here.
Jeffy! I'm happy to see you too, you adorable little ball of murder! Daddy missed you. Don't worry, you earned your place as the #1 breakout star. I won't steal it from you, but I may shoot for a close second.
And some data miners have actually found within the files that there are some unreleased voice lines. There's one between Deadpool and Hella, and it's hilarious. Unfortunately, no Hella voice lines.
You're looking good, Hella. Well, evil, but in a good way, you know? Whatever. You want to grab a bite after this? Yeah, we may have had a thing. I should have known you two were friends. I don't want to make things weird. This is Asgard now, huh? Gotta say, I like what Loki did with the place. Well, if someone was pulling his strings, they must have been very powerful and smart and sinister and maybe even sexy.
And there's one between Gambit and Deadpool, and unfortunately, once again, Gambit doesn't have voice lines.
Oh, great. The greasy gumbo guzzler who stole Anne-Marie's sweet southern heart is here. You. Whatever, just take good care of her, you sleazy bayou rat. That girl's a special one.
So we might be seeing these voice lines get added, and maybe Ultron and Deadpool having an interaction. I don't know why they didn't have an interaction. It just feels really weird that they don't. But you know, maybe the devs didn't think they had anything funny to say. We also might be seeing the following heroes: Doctor Strange, Groot, and Deadpool get their take a seat emotes. Unfortunately, there's literally no information on this if this will actually come. But so far, in nearly every update, a hero has gotten a take a seat emote. So the chances are pretty high in this week's update. Hopefully Cloak gets his take a seat emote, because it was removed and it hasn't come back since. Honestly, the devs just hate Cloak. It's absolutely hilarious. Now, in next week's update on February the 2nd, it's going to be a small one. Groot and Magneto are going to be getting some fantastic skins. Hopefully, they're both going to be getting legendary skins. I'd love to see a legendary Groot and Magneto skin. Let me know, are you excited for these skins? Anyway, that's everything that's going to be coming in the Season 6.2 update. We're going to be seeing the new Museum of Contemplation, the new Clobbering Club 1v1 game mode, new skins for Angela, Emma Frost, Psylocke, Hella, and Spider-Man. Make sure to consider subscribing to know everything that's coming next in Marvel Rivals, including the Season 6.5 update. It's going to be huge. It's going to be dropping on February the 13th. Anyway, it's been Rivals Assembled. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.